Lovely and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. For today's preview, as the Springboks look to seal a series victory against Wales this weekend at the Cape Town Stadium. 5 o'clock South African Standard Time is when the match will get underway. We'll be live for 3 matches this weekend, and we'll have a lot of pre-build-up for this match and keep you guys informed on exactly what to expect in terms of team selection, in terms of potential tactics, as well as what some of the players and coaches have said as they go into the final and all-important third test match. For the BOKS, they are back to full strength, very much as strong as they do get. Wales very much going with continuity, and I think it should be a pretty epic test match of pretty big importance. Springboks, the first time they'll be playing since the World Cup, not as the number one world-ranked side in the world. And Wales also having gone up in the rankings and also on the cusp of what would be a historic series victory in South Africa, something that they've never done. So I think it's going to be a very emotional, very important, very tense encounter, and I'm hoping that we're going to see a very, very high standard of rugby on Saturday after 2 matches which have had their moments but maybe haven't really lived up to the billing that we kind of thought would be. But very much have so in terms of the drama that has been there in terms of 2 matches we would have driven one in the final sort of dying stages of the game. Before we look at the 2 sides, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. If we look at the 2 sides, we'll start with the South African side. And as I said, they've gone back to full strength. I think this is the strongest 23 that they can currently pick of the 43-man squad. And Trevor Nyakani is one of the few players who has kept his spot from last week in the starting lineup. However, he does swap from being a tight head into the loose head side. Bongi Manambi comes in at hooker, and Frans Malherbe will start at tight head. It's a massive front row. It's a very physical front row. It's a very heavy front row. Maybe not the most mobile front row compared to the one that's coming off the bench. But in terms of trying to gain early set-piece dominance, this is the front row to do it. Evan Etzebeth will be getting his 100th test cap this weekend in front of the stadium where he started it all. He came from the Stormers. He played Craven Week for the Western Province. So very sort of how cool is it that he will make his 100th game in front of what is basically a home crowd, even though he is off to the Sharks next weekend. He is joined by Luat Diogo, comes back into the side. Siya Kolisi will captain the side. Him and Jasper Wiese will join Peter Steph Totoy in a new look, probably the strongest loose trio we have. The big question is Dwayne Mirren still going to start? But I think that is very much looking like a loose trio that we're going to see quite a lot of throughout the Rugby Championship. The big news is Jaden Hemster does keep his spot. Faf de Klerk has been dropped down to the bench, and he will partner, or Hendricks will partner Andre Pollard, who will be expecting we will be expecting a bit of a better game from him this weekend. And then the usual suspects are back in the likes of Makazole Mapimpi, Damien Dealendi, Lekanya Cheslin Colby, and Damian Willemse that keeps the spot after an impressive first test in Pretoria 2 weeks ago. Off the bench, Malcolm Mark, Stephen Kitsov, Vincent Koch, Franco Mostert, Albert Lowe gets the nod as one of the less experienced players, and Kwaka Smith, and then you've got Faf de Klerk and Billy Leroux. It's just a team stacked with World Cup winners and a bench with incredible amount of experience, with the exception of Albert Lowe. We're looking at players who have all played upwards of 20, 30, 40, 50 tests. So there's so much experience coming with the bench that regardless of what the situation is, if it's in terms of seeing off the game, if it's in terms of chasing the game, the one thing we can guarantee is that bench is not going to come on and panic when they get introduced. It is a 6-2 split, so we are looking for that sort of bomb squad energy like we did see in the first test. And they'll be up against a very similar Welsh side. In the front row, Gareth Thomas, Ryan Laston, and Lewis will start in the front row. I've been very impressed with them. I think that they've gained a lot of respect in terms of the way they haven't been decimated. I think that the expectation is always for a Springboks scrum to absolutely decimate them. And they have had some tough times, but I think generally they've risen to the occasion relatively well. The second row, Will Rowlands, Adam Beard. I think I'd like to see more from Adam Beard so far, to be honest. I think he's been very much outplayed by his lock partner, who's been one of the best players during the series. Dan Lydia's been absolutely tremendous. His sort of partnership with his chop tackling next to Tommy Rafael, who's quickly earning the nickname Tommy Turnover. Those two have gone a long way in terms of nullifying the block attack, and I think that somebody like Siya Kolisi is going to be very instrumental for the Springboks in terms of trying to get Tommy Rafael off the ball, make sure Dan Lydia and them don't cause as much of an issue at breakdown time. And then Talapa Faletau will be looking to do a lot of hard running and try and really wear down the box. That Jasper Wiese, Faletau, very similar type players in terms of brute strength and players who just love running at defenses. Kieran Hardy will look to continue his very impressive tour. I think that he's very much come of age so far as tour, and I think that he's someone who is going to be difficult to dislodge from this Welsh side because he's been very, very good at number 9. Next to Dan Bigger, who was a bit of an injury query after leaving last weekend with a bit of a shoulder injury, but he did say that he was going to have a couple of cast lights and hope that was going to cure him. Obviously, he's done the work because he doesn't start and will captain the side. Josh Adams comes in for the injured Cuthbert, and apart from that, it's the same back line as Big Tompkins, George North, Riri Zammit, and Liam Williams. So expect a very large aerial battle. Off the bench, Dewey Lake, Wyn Jones, Sam Wainwright. Been very impressed with Sam Wainwright, the limited amount we've seen from him. Very young tight head that's got a whole different prospect though this weekend in terms of scrumming up against Stephen Kitsoff. But then number 19, Wyn Jones, Josh Nabidi, plenty of experience, 2 British and Irish Lions players there. Thomas Williams, Gareth Anscombe, and then Owen Watkin complete the bench. Anscombe obviously the hero last week with that tremendous conversion. Owen Watkin comes in with the injury to Cuthbert. It's 2 very good sides, it's 2 very full strength sides. So we are already going to see the 2 best sides of each country going toe to toe this weekend. The question is, can Wales do the impossible? Will the Springboks bounce back at home and get the job done? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.